before I even get started, I'm gonna go ahead and have myself a piece of honeycomb. I haven't had it in a little while. As you can tell, I like it. But some people, some people don't like healthy stuff, but I do. Mmm. Mmm. Oh, the honeycomb really gets in the way. Unless you want to chew it up and get it all stuck in your teeth. But just take a look at that. This is natural honeycomb. I got this from the farmer's market. Excuse me, let me get that out. That's the beeswax right there. You can chew on that, and it's actually encouraged to chew on it. Glistening deliciousness. And before I had started the video, I just had to get me a piece. Welcome to Slay Edge Media, and today I'm talking about honeycomb. Just to get started, I've been eating honey for years, since maybe 5-6 years ago. That's when I started actually trying to research the honey, try to find out what's actually beneficial about it. What other different types of honey are there? Then come to find out that there's honey right where I live, because in Arizona, where I live is close to like farm areas. So you'll see people who are honey farmers come out, set up little stops on the side of the road and just be selling jars of honey. And if you're open-minded to trying new things, you'll find out that that is some of the best honey you can taste. Honey that is straight fresh from the farm, in my opinion, has had the richest flavor. But I want to talk about the health benefits. Did you know that honey has been getting eaten since ancient times back in Egypt? Just think about that. Honey's been found in tombs and the honey is still good. That's just more evidence proving the fact that honey has a long shelf life. It can sit on the shelf for a long time. I'm not talking about the honey that's like a blend honey or that artificial honey stuff where it's mixed with corn syrup and sugar and who knows what other fancy word ingredients that they like to use and put inside of those things. But growing up, I didn't even know honey was actually as good for you as it is. I'm so glad we live in an information age where every information at the tip of your fingertips to take advantage. So I've recently been starting to have honeycomb, but before I talk about the honeycomb, years ago on a road trip, we stopped somewhere and there was a little sign of it, and it was randomly at a rest stop, and I thought it was kind of weird. And the little sign inside the bathroom said all these amazing health benefits of honey, da 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 da, and like this beautiful long list. I was like, man, what is this? And it was like a brochure. You take it. It was like in the middle of nowhere. This is going to Alabama, going to visit family, passing through Alabama, going to visit family in Tennessee, and at a random ghetto, like in the middle of nowhere, ghetto rest stop, raggedy. There was this nice little sign, so like the universe literally showed me light at an early age. I wouldn't say as young as some people, but I first started getting hints about it years ago. But let's get to the facts. I've digressed big time. Honey is super beneficial for you because it contains essential vitamins and minerals that your body really, really needs. Like for real, listen up. I'm talking about important vitamins like vitamin C, B6, B12, A, E, D, and there's probably more. It also includes calcium, iron, zinc, magnesium. This is some powerful stuff. You could for sure, you can say that honey is a superfood, right? As far as sweetener alternatives, honey is like number one because you get vitamins, minerals, and white sugar. You don't get that. White sugar is just sugar, and that's if you get processed natural sugar. Let alone the artificial sweeteners come with extra side effects, like later down the line after using that stuff, like Diet Coke and stuff like that. But that's another subject, another conversation. By the way, if you like the stuff I'm saying, if you like the facts I'm pointing out throughout this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If I hit a point that you like, you better give me that thumbs up. The next thing I want to talk about is, think about this. The honey that you get at the store comes from the honeycomb. It's built up in the honeycomb, and then they pour it off and they just scrape it into a nice little jar, however kind of neat little process they want to use. But basically, it comes from the honeycomb. So the honeycomb is the source, right? So it wasn't until the time that I tried honeycomb and consumed large amounts, as much as I want to, that I realized the honeycomb is where the real magic's at. I cannot exaggerate this. Honeycomb gives me a feeling that I've never had. Like regular honey, you get a hint. You get a hint at what the potential health benefits and all the energy perks that you're supposed to get from the honey. It's from the honeycomb. You don't really get that until you get you some honeycomb. Honeycomb is where the real stuff is at. And if you got no way to get no honeycomb and you want me to send you some, go ahead and hit my email address, sledgemedia@gmail. Go ahead and contact me and we'll work something out. Shoot, if enough people like this video, maybe if enough people contact me, I can partner up with the people at the farmers market, because I was just with them. They're on the same page as me, so if anybody needs it, hit their email. I digress though, that's one of my favorite words. You learned that about me. The honeycomb, the nutrients is sealed in the cells. So when you bite into the cells, it gives you like this deep, rich, strong honey flavor. Honey's already rich. Imagine it being amplified. Like everything about honey is just amplified. All right, so here's the next thing. Honeycomb helps with your heart health. Believe it or not, as sweet as it is, you probably wouldn't think it. You're like, man, this stuff's gotta be bad for me. No, honey is super good for you. Helps with lowering the blood pressure and reducing your cholesterol. And this has an ending effect of helping your heart health. Not just your heart, but the heart is one of the main, that's like really important these days. Helps a lot of parts of your body, but it's imperative to point out the fact that it helps out with heart health. Since so many people have heart issues these days. Think about it. Who in your family? Let's take a moment. Really? Okay, move on, next thing. Here's another fact. Honeycomb, or honey in general, is just so damn spiffy and fancy that it doesn't even spike your blood sugar. Unlike white sugar or some of those other sweeteners, the other sweeteners that are really bad for you and end up making you diabetic. We know this because of something called a GI, called a glycemic index. This is measuring how much like glucose is inside of it. Regular white sugar, corn syrup, and other artificial sweeteners have a GI, or glycemic index, of over 110. Honey is usually about 35. Think about that. Next one, raw honey has liver protecting elements in it, probably because of all those damn vitamins and minerals. You see where I'm getting at? How many things do I have to list off for you to want to take an interest in some dang honey? Honeycomb, or just honey in general, trying different types of honey, variations from different areas, because the honey comes from the flower, depending on the source of the flower, whether it's orange blossoms, roses, peach flowers, honeysuckles, mesquite trees. Basically, the flowers that make the pollen and spread to the other flowers, making seeds. The bees come and get that and get the nectar and everything, and it comes from those different variations of plants. That's why you have different types of honey. Out here in Arizona, we have orange blossom honey and mesquite honey, and there's some other variations. We got like all kinds of variations here in Arizona. We got a big citrus population out here in Arizona, literally, if you didn't know that. Now, as far as the liver protection, this information is all based on studies. A lot of it is not exactly known how the honey does it, but it can be assumed because of its high vitamin, minerals, and antioxidant content. It might have something to do with it, right? All right, next subject. How many times have you seen honey being advertised, whether it's for cough medicine, cough drops, allergy medicine, something for soothing throat pain, or something to do with a sickness? You'll notice that honey is always in that kind of category. This is because it's natural anti-inflammatory and respiratory relief factors. So it's good for sore throats. It's good for raspy throat. So it helps with raspy throat, coughing, sore throat, coughing, all that stuff. Cough drop, cough relief. If you need something to help with your allergies and say like your throat is really dry or something, the magic ingredient in honey is homochroma. I believe it's pronounced humectants. Technically speaking, humectants is what it is. And this is what retains moisture. So when you swallow it, it's like your throat literally gets glazed in honey. So like it's like a coat, so it doesn't dry out. That's what it is. It retains moisture. That's one of the main ways how it helps with cough suppressant, colds, and allergies. Besides the vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, we already went over that. But the extra thing is the humectants. So the next one, if it helps out with your colds, your flu, then best believe it's gonna help out with your immune system as well. Not only because it's got antioxidants, like we already said before, it's got humectants that's gonna help coat your throat, vitamins and minerals, but it's also antifungal properties as well. So like literally everything is in honey, so you kind of can't go wrong. Honey is gonna help you to not get sick. Honey, it can be used as a preventive. So not only does it help with the symptoms of a cold, like coughing, runny nose and stuff like that, it can help wipe that stuff out, but also it's such a superfood that you just kind of don't get sick if you're eating that kind of stuff regularly. Healthy foods, regular sleep, vitamins, minerals, fruits, vegetables, getting your greens like spirulina and your greens from vegetables. All these kind of things add to full equilibrium for your body, immune health, you know? Just think about it. One of the next things about honey, it's one of my favorite things, is the gut health. And it helps with gut health. And that's so beneficial to me because I'm always fasting. I'm always talking about fasting in some of my other videos, and it's all about gut health because gut health is the foundation of your health anyway. That's where you absorb your nutrition, right? So people are always talking about probiotics and stuff like that. How about prebiotics? Honeycomb is loaded with prebiotics. So go ahead and get yourself some honeycomb. And like I said, if you ain't got nowhere to get none, hit me up. Here's a tricky one right here, the next one. Honey actually helps you with your sleep. Now, believe it or not. So not only is it super good, you think that it's not gonna help you with your sleep because sugar is known to give you the jitters, keep you not going to sleep, keep you up at night. People always say, you better not get no sugar before you go to bed. That's because of the high GI number, the high GI unit, glycemic unit. That's like how much crazy amount of sugar is actually in it, how much glucose is crammed inside it per unit, you know? So like I already said before, sugar itself is about like 110 versus honey is 35. So when you have honey, you're not gonna have the crash that comes with consuming sugar or processed sugar or corn syrup. This is because you get the blood sugar spike from the sugar, which causes melatonin in the brain. But because the GI unit is low, you don't get the jitters. You don't get a sugar rush, okay? You see where I'm going with this? It's sweet, but it's not super dense with the bad sweet stuff. You see what I'm saying? The thing that separates honeycomb from other honey that you get, honeycomb is in its purest form because the way honeycomb becomes distorted is when it's either heated, filtered, or mixed up a lot, which tends to usually be the case with the other stuff from the store. Like this, I got some. Hold on, where's it at? I got a few honeys. Here. I got my regular raw unfiltered honey. Look how dark this shit is. But still, I bet this was mixed. You got the traditional teddy bear. Look how clear that is. And then my latest 2022 edition, honeycomb. It's time to step up. This is where the most nutrition is. There's a reason why I've been eating honey for fucking years. And I never had it this dense. Never. Not till you get honeycomb have you never had the real honey, the way honey is supposed to be. If you're eating only this stuff, you're getting some of it. You're getting some of it, but you're not getting all of it. Do you see how amped I am? This guy had some honey before. I'm about to get a little more because I got to make another video. Check out my next video I'm about to make. I'm about to record it right now as soon as I get done having this honey. You ever heard of Alpha Brain? I got me some, and I'm about to do a review of it. This thing is empty, so you know, catch the review of it. They didn't pay me to do a review, and no one's paying me to talk good or bad about it. Unbiased, but brutally honest. Check it out. That's the next video. And like I said before, honeycomb's where it's at. And I believe it so much, I'm about to get me another piece right now. Worth it. Worth it.